Hey, what's going on, guys? This is TiberHouseOfKicks.com, and today we're going to talk about a Nike Dunk Low Jackie Robinson. Now, I grew up in Togo, that's in West Africa, and I knew about slavery, I knew about racism, and I knew about the struggle of African Americans in this country, but I wasn't really familiar with Jackie Robinson. We knew about Malcolm X, we knew about Arthur H, and all these people, but Jackie Robinson wasn't someone that I was familiar with, and I came to find out about him like recently. So it's interesting that Nike chooses to release this shoe in the summertime. It would have been perfect for Black History Month. That would have been a shoe that would have been fitted for the time. So I don't know why. Maybe they pushed it back. I don't know why. Maybe they didn't have access to their inventory. There was a lot of things with COVID, but the shoe is incredible. So basically, Jackie Robinson, he broke on the color line in 1947 when he stepped on the baseball field in the Major League Baseball. That was unheard of. And one of the things that the brand has done is, they have a lot of quotations from Jackie Robinson. For example, he says somewhere that, I don't care if you don't like me. I'm not concerned with you not liking me as a black person, but what I want you to know is to respect me as a human being. And that's like the value and just the gravity of this whole thing. I love that about Jackie Robinson. He wasn't so concerned about being liked. Like now you have the BLM movement going out being jerks, like supporting things that sometimes don't need to be supported. So I don't like that. I don't associate with some of the things that they do. But Jackie Robinson, this is the essence of what it means to be proud of who you are as a black person or a person of whatever, white, black, Mexican. I don't know where you're from, but you have to be proud of your heritage. Your heritage. And he went out there and said, "Listen, if you don't like me, I don't care. I don't like." He wasn't thirsty for people's approval. He just wanted people to know you're gonna respect me as a human being, and that's what you call a person with integrity. In the sense that he knows that he's made in the image of God, and nobody else is gonna tell him otherwise. That's what I respect. So I love the shoe. I love the concept, and basically it has a white underlays and blue overlays and blue highlights. And then if you look at the shoe itself, if you look at the overlays, there's a lot of like quotations from Jackie Robinson. His number 42 is at the heel, swoosh logo on the side there. And it's an incredible looking shoe, man. I like the history. I love that about, and then the 75 is on the outside of the tongue, celebrating the 75th anniversary of this major event. Again, great shoe. And I guess the shoe comes with special insoles, and on those insoles, the quotation is put on there to say what kind of man the dude was. Again, now today all we're gonna talk about is where to get the shoe, and also we're gonna talk about resale value, because I know a lot of you guys want to know about that. So I'm gonna jump in and just show you exactly what the shoe is selling for. But before that, let's see who's getting the shoe. It's only Nike that's gonna get the shoe, and the shoe is gonna cost about $130. The style number is DV2122400, and the color is racer blue and racer blue coconut. All right, so US, Nike US is getting it, and if you can't get it through Nike, you can also get it from StockX or eBay. I will have those links in the description. Now let's talk about the resale value. How well is the shoe doing? Again, it's an incredible shoe, man. Now if you look on my chart between July the 15th and July the 18th, we're gonna see how well the shoe did. So it went from 440 on the 15th down to like 420 on the 16th, and went again down to like 408 on the 17th, and then went back up to like 441 on the 18th, which is today. That's incredible. So basically, if you look at it, you think the pattern is not real. There's no real pattern, because it went up and then down, and then back up again. So what you see is this. I can tell you the shoe is gonna be somewhere in the upper 300s or the low 400s. So it's like 400 or a little less than 400, maybe 380 or 390. It's an incredible shoe. And then we're going to talk about, let me give you some more details here, because there's a lot more things that I want to talk about. So I want to get the 5 number something, because if you go there, the lowest the shoe sold for was $222. And then as you can see, that was a size 7. And that explains the reason why the shoe went down to like 408, because on July 17th, that's when that occurred. Now the highest sale recorded was $795. That's for a size 4. And then 25% of the shoes sold for prices between $220 and $375. And that's like two size 7, 2 7.5, 2 8, a 9.5, 2 size 10, 3 size 10.5. Now, the majority of the shoes, that's 50%, sold for prices between $375 and $450. And the top 25% sold between $450 and $795. Now, there were some outliers, irregular values, and those were $222, $225, $592, $595, and $795. So based on those outliers, it's safe to say that the shoe is probably going to sell between $300 and $500. So your profit is going to be somewhere between $135 and then $317. And if you look at my next table here, it's going to show you exactly what each size is selling for. For a size 4, for example, at this point, you're making about $585. Again, that's just from one sale, so you can't be too sold on that. Size 7, you make $66. Size 7.5, you make about $104. On a size 8, you make $158. On a size 8.5, you make about $222. On a size 9, you make about $250. On a size 9.5, you make $199. Size 10, you make $229. Size 10.5, you make $209. Size 11, you make $273. Size 11.5, you make $299. And then size 12, you make about $298. So what is the conclusion here? What can we say about this shoe? As you can see, 8% of the sales resulted in a profit under $100. That's the size 7. And then 25% of the shoe sales resulted in earnings between $100 and $200. That's like size 7, 7.5, 8, and 9.5. And then 58% of the shoe sales led to profit between $200 and $300. That's crazy. So size 8.5 to 9, size 10 through 12, you're going to be making between $200 and $300. And then the remaining 8% is the size 4. That led to a profit over $500. Again, you have to be careful. That's just for one size 4. Sample size is too small, so don't bet on that too much. But one thing is for sure, this is definitely a shoe you want to resell. This is insane. Even the lowest value, the lowest sale recorded, which is a 220, led to a profit with a markup of 48%. That is incredible. So in those hard times, this is a shoe that is actually breaking records. So it's a great shoe to resell. If you're a reseller, you get access to a size 8.5. Between the size 8.5 and the 12, you're making bank. A size 4 right now, you're making over $500. I'm sure you're gonna want to do that, right? So before I close up here, I wanted to talk about some other shoes that I mentioned this week. There's a lot more shoes that I talked about. I don't have a chance to put all those on YouTube right now because of time. But you want to look, if you're interested in the Nike Dunk High Australia, check it out. I wrote about it this morning. The Air Jordan 1 Zoom Air Comfort Hair, I talked about it. And then, of course, the Nike Dunk Robinson. And then the AJ Air Jordan 1 KO Gray Fog, I talked about it. The New Balance 990 V3 Raw, I talked about it. And then it's a lot more shoes that I mentioned. Again, the best way to get access to all this information is just check the website. Again, if you like this type of content, please like it, share it, and then ask me any questions you may have, and then just go on the website and post a comment, and I'll reply to you ASAP. Again, thanks for watching, and have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.